Chinese assistance to the West African state of Sierra Leone during that outbreak of Ebola has been highly acclaimed by health workers and much of the population. China, of course, was one of the first countries to respond to President Ernest Koroma's call for assistance during the Ebola virus disease outbreak. Now, the Chinese contribution has been instrumental. Not only did it come at the right time, but also with no strings attached. Here are now some key dates in that journey of trying to stop the spread of Ebola in 2014. Now, in May, China sent the first batch of relief goods, mostly for disease prevention, control and treatment, to Sierra Leone. That was valued at $161,000 on August 11th. Chinese President Xi Jinping sent messages to President Ernest Bai Koroma to show sympathy over the deaths during that Ebola outbreak. On the 16th of September, Chinese ambassador to Sierra Leone Zhao Yanbo said the Chinese government had dispatched another medical team of 59 experts and a mobile laboratory to the country. On the 9th of October, the Ministry of Commerce said China had made a deal with the UN World Food Programme to provide $6 million of food aid to Sierra Leone, Liberia and Guinea. On the 20th of December, a second group of 14 medical experts left for Sierra Leone to assist in the prevention and control of the Ebola virus and train local medical staff. On the 13th of February 2015, China handed over a P3 level biolab to Sierra Leone as part of its continued contribution in the fight against Ebola. China has also been instrumental in providing post-Ebola reconstruction assistance for Sierra Leone, Liberia and Guinea. Well, CCTV's Catherine Amonto has recently just returned from Sierra Leone. She joins me now for some perspective on the country. Catherine, in your time of traveling through Sierra Leone, did you see the kind of tangible or visible impact that investments from countries like China have had on Sierra Leone?
You do feel it. From Freetown, we went to a place called Bura Beach, and the road, you could see the construction of the road, and as well as you can see the construction of the road from Freetown to Kono, which is one of the breadbaskets of the country that has the diamond mines as well as the cocoa farms. So you can see China's hand in Sierra Leone. As you know, Sierra Leone for 2 years was cut off from the world, and right now it's going through austerity measures because of the impact of the Ebola outbreak. So it's good to see that there are some you can see the hand of China or the hand of other investors in Sierra Leone, but then there are places that do need investment, like education and health, and maybe that would be one of the major issues that can be looked into.
Now, as you say, when it comes to health, we know of course that China was very instrumental in assisting Sierra Leone during the Ebola crisis. Do you think the intervention of countries like China and other international players like the World Health Organization left Sierra Leone's health system better than they found it?
It left it better in the sense that Sierra Leoneans became more aware of the fact that they do need a better healthcare system. As you know, during the outbreak, there was only one hospital that could actually handle the outbreak before people from outside came in. So it was an eye-opener for Sierra Leoneans. In terms of specialization, there was only one doctor who could treat Ebola during this crisis, and there was only one laboratory. So they know now that they need to invest in personnel, they need to invest in specialists who, within Sierra Leonean specialists who can actually handle the outbreak and not necessarily wait for outside hand to come and help. So that was the eye-opener, but there also needs to be some kind of investment in terms of healthcare, building hospitals, building laboratories, not just in one area, which Kenema was the main hospital at the time that was handling the Ebola crisis. But now that the Ebola response teams have dispersed, and now that the laboratories have been dismantled, they need to invest in hospitals and equip hospitals with the right equipment needed, not just for the Ebola outbreak, but for maternal health care, for diseases that are synonymous with this area. So investment.
I mean, it sounds like this is a country that is still grappling with some of the basic fundamentals around development, economic growth, and infrastructure in particular. And one can imagine that President Ernest Bai Koroma going to China, the hope is that he'll be looking for opportunities for further investments and growth in the country. Do you think the tourism sector is one such sector that perhaps provides possibilities?
It is. Ecotourism is probably Sierra Leone's one selling point. It's a very beautiful country. It's a country that is covered with rainforests and lots of sanctuaries. It's amazingly beautiful. So that is one thing that they can give to the world. It's untouched territory, so they can sell that. And they do say that a lot of tourists are coming in, especially after the outbreak. A lot of tourists have been coming in, but not enough to, you know, make it as big as it should be. I mean, Sierra Leone right now is known for Ebola, it's known for blood diamonds, but it's not known for the fact that it's a wonderful tourist destination that a lot of people can go to.
Great, thank you so much. Some insights there from CCTV's Catherine Omanto, who recently visited Sierra Leone.